2018 Tesla Model 3 Review. A sleek interior and usage of Tesla's superchargers have the Model 3 stylish and practical. 2018 will be the first 12 months of production for Tesla's Model 3. While in the time this assess the Model 3 also comes in basically one configuration, the only motor drive using a long-range battery along with a dark interior, we anticipate a dual-motor version, an inferior capacity battery, as well as a light color interior to be available later in 2010. But in case you just can't wait, or maybe you have an order or watch you filed, you'll not be disappointed together with the Model 3 that's while traveling now. In many ways, it sets new standards for any relatively affordable electric vehicle. It carries a rated selection of 310 miles, can cover 060 miles per hour in 5.1 seconds, and may top out at 140 miles per hour, all our best lawn mowers of class. On the within, you will likely appreciate its minimalist design highlighted by the gigantic central touchscreen display. The touchscreen has some drawbacks, though. Because Tesla routes almost all the car's controls through it, you'll often turn out having to take the eyes off the road to use them. Of course, the Model 3 is compatible with Tesla's supercharger network. Model 3 owners should pay for access, unlike those who own the larger Model S and Model X still. Once you set up, you will get about 137 miles of range within 30 minutes. This greatly improves the Model 3's long-distance driving ability and is particularly a distinct advantage when compared with other similarly priced EVs. We will be aware that we've had some trouble which has a 2017 Tesla Model 3 that we've bought and therefore are testing for the year. You can watch around the maintenance issues we've encountered in this Tesla 3 long-term road test. It's just a sample-sized one, but we also encountered reliability difficulties with our Tesla Model S and X test cars. Then again, Tesla has typically improved its cars' reliability after a while. With a less costly standard range model or perhaps a high-performance dual-motor model, available later in 2018, may possibly not make sense to have the Model 3 straight away. Overall, though, we like the Model 3 and think it's actually a great selection for an EV. Notably, we picked the 2018 Tesla Model 3 as one of best electric cars for this season. What's new? Tesla updates its vehicles with an ongoing basis in lieu of a discrete model year intervals. As such, there isn't any clear-cut new for 2018 inches information. Features and trim levels are tweaked sporadically. We do expect the typical battery along with the dual-motor all-wheel drive version to debut sometime within the model year. The Tesla Model 3 remains in its first phase. That means it's only available together with the long-range battery plus the premium upgrades package, which leaves you only a few options. One for consideration could be the enhanced autopilot upgrade, which future-proofs your automobile for when Tesla helps to make the full self-driving capability option available. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Tesla Model 3 can be a 5-passenger sedan powered by the single electric motor that is certainly fed by the long-range lithium-ion battery power. Total system output is 258 horsepower. A single-speed transmission drives the back wheels, as well as range is estimated at 310 miles. Tesla promises to introduce an all-wheel drive dual-motor option, a higher performance version also with AWD and dual motors, and, finally, a more cost-effective Model 3 with reduced power and range, later this current year. The standard features for the trunk-wheel drive 310-mile Model 3 include 18-inch wheels, automatic headlights and high beams, front and back parking sensors, keyless entry, cruise control, dual-zone automatic climate control, an auto-dimming rear-view mirror, cloth upholstery, 6-way manually adjustable front seats, and 6,040 split-folding rear seats. trim tested. The S in this particular review use our full test with a Tesla Model 3 long-range electric motor, direct drive, RWD. Driving. The Model 3 feels sporty and engaging due to strong off-the-line performance, intuitive steering, and also a balanced rear-wheel drive chassis that feels coordinated and nimble. The standard 18-inch all-season tires will be the limiting factor. Buy the optional 19-inch tires in case you wish to maximize grip. Acceleration. Feels ample thrust through the 258 horsepower electric motor, and it also moves in a smooth, seamless way without having shifting interruptions. The rear-wheel drive layout adds poise and confidence if you lay with it. Hours reached 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds at our test track, and that is properly quick. Braking. The powerful 4-piston fixed caliper front brakes are really easy to modulate, but you really must use them because lift throttle regenerative braking will handle routine braking. Our panic stop from 60 miles per hour took a longish 133 feet caused by our car's standard 18-inch all-season tires. Steering. The Model 3 steering feels nicely weighted and quick off-center. That makes it a joy on winding roads even without a ton of feedback. When driving straight, it feels connected, plus the effort builds rather naturally as cornering loads build up. Of the 3 settings, we like normal and sport. Handling. It displays admirable coordination and balance when entering a large part, transitioning by way of a bend, or feeding for the power while exiting. But the common 18-inch tires hold it back, which enables it to lead to early stability control intervention if pushed hard. Optional 19-inch rubber could have higher limits. Drivability. Power delivery is impeccably smooth and accurate, and also the throttle is responsive without having to be jumpy. Direct drive means no shifting, so there is not any way that gear changes can never be away from step while using driver's wishes. The transition from acceleration to lift throttle braking is simple to manage. Comfort. We found the Model 3 to become a pleasant destination for a sit, which feeling organized for hours during a period. Its comfortable seats and quiet cabin deserve a substantial amount of credit. It rides agreeably most from the time, but it really can sometimes feel busy and bound up if your road surface is broken or uneven. Seat comfort. The leather seats, which might be part on the premium upgrades package, are broad although not flat. They are supportive although not hard. The adjustments are quite obvious but effective. We liked body and feel a lot more than any Model S and Model X seats we've sampled, therefore we remained comfortable for hours on end. Ride comfort. It swallows small and large bumps with equal ease, and yes, it glides along nicely over reasonably smooth asphalt. But the suspension doesn't breathe freely over lumpy surfaces and will feel stiff-legged on cracked concrete roads. The Model 3's tires run in a fairly underhand, plus it can feel like it. Noise and vibration. Immensely quiet nevertheless. Fears little or no propulsion noise since the electric motor is underneath the trunk floor, and now we didn't notice much wind noise flowing on the roof and around the mirrors either. The standard 18-inch all-season tires seem proficient at keeping quiet too. Climate control. Electric heat means no waiting, and preconditioning the cabin is simple when plugged in. Front vents are contained in just a door-to-door slot, seems like a styling element. Unique yet straightforward touchscreen controls allow driver and passenger to watchfully affect the airstream. As rear vents. Interior. The Model 3's interior is much more attractive than we've expected of these. A simple design, and its driving position, roominess and visibility are fantastic. The touchscreen doesn't block your view, but it really does absorb your attention for way too many routine tasks that you should doable without looking. Ease of usage. Way too many controls divert the driver's attention away from your road and into the touchscreen. You must close this article to change the wiper speed never appropriate, even auto mode, or modify the cruiser control speed. The same goes for the side mirror tweaks and tilt and telescoping wheel adjustments. Getting in, jetting out. The doors open wide, however, there is an actually nifty push and pull out door handle that discussing sure everyone should. The sills certainly are a bit high and call for a wee little foot lift, even so the roof doesn't present a very good ducking problem. The front and back are virtually the identical on all points. Driving position. The seats and pedals have been in perfect agreement, along with the telescoping leader has a lot of range. The feel and grip in the steering wheel rim are perfect, and also the view out commanding. Our one gripe, wedge such as a gap between your brake and dead pedal to allow for the occasional leg stretch. Roominess. The optional premium upgrades glass roof does amazing things for headroom, and front legroom is abundant. This smaller Tesla still feels wide, along with the abundance of glass only increases the feeling of space. Rear legroom is decent behind a 6-footer, but toe room may be snug behind a tall driver. Visibility. The view out is expansive on account of a low cowl, low door sides and slender pillars. The overhead blind spot isn't big, and backup camera coverage is broad that has a large display. But we want slightly larger side mirrors, especially since their positions are difficult to tweak when underway. Quality. The premium upgrades package incorporates nice-looking leather and wood materials. Most of our car's panel fits are true, but one hood seam isn't flush. Our test car was delivered that has a broken vanity mirror as well as a loose seatback cover. Note, ours is really a very early build car, one of the primary 1200 made. Utility. The Model 3's trunk holds far more than you'd expect because of a very broad pass-through and SUV-like fold-flat rear seats. We were capable to fit an extra-large bike in easily. Inside, cabin storage is plentiful, something we're not able to say in regards to the other Tesla models we've owned. Small item storage. Other Tesla models appear short on this area, although not the Model 3. It incorporates a decent-sized center console armrest and, given it uses a column shifter, it's got 2 more hidden compartments ahead in the central cup holders. There are decent-sized door pockets with molded bottle holders, too. Cargo space. The Model 3 can be a sedan that is a trunk, nevertheless it's nearly as commodious like a hatchback. The trunk is broad. There is however also a deep well underneath the false floor. The rear seats fold utterly flat, along with the aperture between is rather large. In a pinch, you might actually take a nap and sleep quite comfortably. Child safety seat accommodation. The 3 top anchors are extremely easy to access and a flip covers about the fixed parcel shelf. The lower latch anchors are tucked tightly between seat cushions, therefore you must take one to avoid scratching the leather since you hook up a seat. Technology. The Model 3 scores an A for the sound quality, navigation display, along with the autopilot traffic-aware cruise and lane management system. But it earns admittance because Tesla's chosen solution to bring your smartphone to the audio environment involves Bluetooth audio and fiddling along with your phone while driving. Audio and navigation. The large Google-based navigation display is beautiful and to control. The premium upgrades package has an upgraded stereo audio with fantastic wide-spectrum sound. But it demands undue awareness of switch between modes. It has FM, HD and internet radio but no AM or satellite radio. Smartphone integration. Tesla lags far behind on this area. There's no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but we're all the more disappointed that the iPhone's music library doesn't come up for the screen when plugged in using the USB port. Those are for power only. It's Bluetooth streaming audio really, a tremendous hassle. Driver aids. Our Model 3 is equipped together with the autopilot option, and it will be the premier adaptive cruise and lane keeping system you may currently buy. The sensitivity with a collision alert and lane departure warning is customizable, even so the adaptive cruise following distance is buried inside touchscreen. Voice control. The standard voice button didn't recognize names within our paired phone's contact list adequately. We found ourselves using our phone's own voice search instead. It works best after you are in search of music outside your phone environment, such as around the Slacker and TuneIn services the car supports.